What's up everyone, my name is Marie, welcome to my channel and welcome to another speed build. So, high school years has dropped and this is my very first build that I'm doing with the pack and it's a high school. I just went for it. I did it, I built a high school. It's very big, it took me a while. As you can see, this is a long video, so you better get settled because this video is extremely long. I think that this might be the longest video or speed build that I have ever done, my longest voiceover that I have ever had to do. Just the bare footage of the build itself is over 41 minutes long. And I actually sped it up a little bit more. So yeah, the footage is slightly more sped up than it usually is, only a little bit, so I don't think you can actually notice it that well. But if you do, then that's the reason why, because if I had sped it up like the normal way, like I usually do it, then the bare footage alone would have been 47 minutes long. And that's ridiculous. So I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna speed it up a little bit more. It saves us like 6 minutes, so it's not that much, but still, like 41 minutes feels a little bit better than 47 for some reason. I don't know. Maybe I'm just making a way too big deal out of this, but yes, oh my god, I don't even know where to begin. I'm building a high school here in Copperdale High, the only lot in the game where you can actually build a high school. That was actually one of my like first questions that popped up in my head when we first saw the trailer for this pack. I was like, okay, so does this mean that you can build high schools in every single world? No, you cannot. You can only do that on this specific lot in this specific world. And that's okay, that's fine by me. I love this lot. Let me just say, I don't even know where to begin. Like, I'm so excited about this pack and I have so many things that I want to talk about. So maybe it's a good thing that this voiceover is so long so we can maybe try and like go over all the things. I love this world. I haven't really gotten a chance to check out all the different lots because I mean, I want to get this video out as soon as possible. I actually wanted to get it out yesterday and I could have maybe, because I literally built this whole thing. Well, not the whole thing. I built it pretty much the whole thing in one sitting or like in one day. I did do the last like finishing touches today still because yesterday at the end of the day, my computer started to have struggles. It literally shut off on me, which it has never done before. Me and my computer, we're besties. She has never ever let me down before. She works like a charm and she has for like 3 years now, 2 or 3 years. And she's never let me down. Yesterday, of all days, she decided to shut down and not turn back on. So that was a whole thing. We fixed it, it's fine, we're good to go. But that did mean that I ended up with some like corrupted footage because I had recorded for like an hour and 20 minutes. Because I like record, like I make recordings up until like an hour and a half, then I stop recording and I start a new one, if that makes sense. So I was on my third hour and a half and then my computer shut off and I pretty much lost the footage at first. So I was like, okay, am I going to have to do 1.5 hours of building all over again for the sake of recording it? Thankfully, we fixed the corrupted file. All in all, we're good to go. But that was a whole ordeal yesterday. And that's the reason why I didn't get this video out yesterday, which is a little bit of a bummer, but it's fine. It's here now. Okay, back to the pack, back to high school. I love the pack. I did some gameplay immediately after it came out. I did that over on stream, which by the way, if you didn't know, I do stream on Twitch a few times a week. So if you want to follow me on there, you can definitely do that. My username on there is Simmary Sims. So you can follow me there if you want to and like stop by for live streams if you're into that. If you're not, then that's fine as well. But I did do some gameplay right when the pack came out. So I installed the pack, jumped on stream, checked out all the things. We did a little bit of makeovers for like teenagers and stuff. We checked out a little bit of the build by items, but not all of them because I mainly really also just really wanted to jump into gameplay, which is funny because I'm not like, I am a builder at heart, I love gameplay as well, but I am a builder. But for this pack, as much as I'm like excited about the whole build buy, like I'm very excited about it. I really, really, really wanted to try out gameplay as well because I thought it'd be so fun. And it was a lot of fun. Okay, this pack does have bugs. We all know we don't have to repeat them. There's a lot of bugs going on. Also with the base game update, so yeah, there's definitely some things going on that really need to be fixed. But all in all, I really like the pack, and I've done like 3 hours of gameplay, haven't tried everything out yet, but I did get a taste of everything, and I do really like it. I like it. One thing that is a little bit of a bummer to me is the fact that when your Sims are actually in class, you're there with them, they still get pop-ups of what, like, to tell you what is happening in the class. For example, you'll get a pop-up about how something exploded in science class, except it didn't because you're right there in the class with them, and that is the whole thing that's described in the pop-up didn't happen. So that's one of the things that I'm like, okay, well, I wish these things would really happen. I wish I could see these things happening right in front of me because we're at school. So that's something that I'm like, okay, well, that's a little bit of a shame. But for the rest, I love the after school activities. I love the peer thing. I love that your Sims can be asked out to prom. I haven't actually made it to prom yet, so that's something else that we're gonna do on stream, I think. And also in my Legacy Challenge gameplay, Let's Play here on YouTube. If you watch that, then definitely that's where we'll be checking out the gameplay for this pack as well. But all in all, I'm very impressed with this pack. I love the gameplay. I love that there are so many things to do for teenagers. You can like full on pack their schedules. You can join after school activities and then also get a part-time job, which I love the whole streamer thing. It's just amazing. I did have a little bit of a problem with that where I wanted my teenagers to both have a job as well as an after school activity. And then for some reason it wouldn't let me do both. But then I did end up being in both. So I don't know, like, are you supposed to be able to do both or are you not supposed to be able to do both? And the fact that I was doing both was a glitch, or is it the other way around? Like, I don't know, I can't tell. But I can tell you, having both a job as well as an after school activity, oh my God, it's so much. And I feel like that's quite realistic because teenagers always have like jam-packed schedules. They have so many things to do. There's so much pressure on them. And I feel like that's kind of fun that you can like live that out in The Sims. I don't know. I really like that aspect. But yeah, that's enough about gameplay. We are building a high school today and you can really see the whole shape and everything come together. I did start this build, or like not this exact build, but I did start like figuring out the blueprint and like a little bit of a rough draft of what I wanted the school to look like layout wise and size wise after the trailer dropped. So that got me a little bit of a Kickstarter, but of course, back then I did not have the rounded walls. I did take them into consideration, except I just used diagonals, and that's why I feel like shape-wise or like size-wise, this school, like the actual finished original thing that we're building right now, is a little bit off from what I had originally planned, but that makes sense because I didn't have the rounded walls back then. So that obviously throws everything off a little bit now that I was able to add those. Are the rounded walls glitchy? Yes. Oh my God. Rounded walls combined with rounded platforms. The game was yelling at me for that. Like, the game does not like that. It gives you weird shadows. It gives you holes in the ceiling, which aren't actually there, but they're still there, if that makes sense. It's really weird. You can see that especially on the second floor here. We have a couple of classrooms on the second floor, which I will talk you through the whole thing layout-wise in a second. But there you can really see like weird glitches poking through the ceiling, which is a little bit annoying, but it wasn't too bad, so I decided to just keep it anyway. But for the school, like size-wise and shape-wise, you can see it's very symmetrical. I really like that because I never really tend to go for symmetrical builds for some reason. I always like, I feel like I can't really do that very well. To me, like whenever I do a symmetrical build, it always feels like a little bit too like fake or staged or just not realistic. I don't know. For some reason, I feel like I personally can't pull that off. But for this one, it really works. From the front, it's pretty much, well, I mean, it is symmetrical. In the back, it's not, because on one side, we have a basketball field and a little gym area. And then on the other side, we have like a theater thing going on. And I don't know. I'm really happy with how it came together. And I'm really happy that I decided to actually build a high school, because when the trailer for this pack first dropped and there were like questions being answered on Twitter and stuff, and when we kind of realized that we would be able to build a high school ourselves, I was like, okay, I was so intimidated by the thought of that alone. I didn't know if I could do it. I didn't know if I wanted to do it. This is a 64 by 64. And with that, this is the very first 64 by 64 I have ever done in my life. Large builds scare me. I don't know. I don't know. I try to avoid them with a passion. I love my 20 by 15 lots. I love my 30 by 20 lots. Give me all of them. I will fill them up. It's fine. I'm good to go. Bigger lots, 64 by 64. Oh my God, no. I avoid it with a passion. And I have always been doing that for a reason, because it just scares me. It intimidates me. So I don't know. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do a high school build at all, because it's so big, it's so scary, it's so intimidating. But then I decided to do it anyway. I got started. For some reason, I woke up one day and I was feeling so inspired. I was like, okay, I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to build a high school, and I'm going to be my own best friend in this situation and already start on a rough draft before the pack actually comes out, so I have a little bit of a Kickstarter. And I'm so happy that I did that. So I figured this whole thing out layout-wise a long time ago, well, a few weeks ago, on a random 64 by 64 in a different world. And I feel like this school makes a lot of sense. It's still really big. One of the issues I'm having with the default school that comes with the pack is that it's so big. It's so big. It's very empty, which makes it a little bit boring to play in. I'm saying this with love and with all due respect, because the build itself, the exterior of that thing is absolutely freaking gorgeous. It's beautiful. But then the interior, it's so big. It has 4 stories, I believe, because it also has a basement. And it's just, or 3 with that, I don't know. But it's just way too big, way too spacious. It takes a long, long time for your Sims to walk from A to B. And it's just a little bit annoying to route around. So one thing I wanted to try and do with this one is make it a little bit more compact, if that makes sense. This build is still very big. It's still very spacious. And one thing I think I would want to do differently if I were to do this again is the fact that the bathrooms are all the way by the entrance of the school. As you can see, this is the little hallway, the little entryway that we are furnishing right now, decorating right now. And off of this little hallway is where the main bathrooms are. So they are a little bit far away from the classrooms, I would say. However, I also placed a faculty bathroom in that same hallway. So that is one that your Sims can actually use. If they need to go to the bathroom and they don't have much time, for example, then that is something you can do. But for the rest, I'm very happy with how this school came out. So all the things that you actually need to use on your regular day-to-day school day is on the main floor of this building. It's mostly just one story. It does have a second floor, but we just have a couple classrooms up there that you don't actually need for the gameplay, but are fun to have, and I feel like are kind of necessary for a high school. So down here off of the main entrance of the school is where you like kind of walk into the hallway with all the lockers. This area is quite compact and quite easy to route around. So we have all the lockers all in one place. They're not like stretched out through different hallways or anything. They're just all right here. And then basically off of this area, we have a lot of doors leading onto the outside, like to the back of the school. But then we also have 2 hallways on either side of this locker area, if you want to call it that. So off to the right, we have a large hallway with both the classrooms. The 2 classrooms are actually right next to each other. I thought gameplay-wise that would be a lot easier. However, it seems like from what I've played, my Sims don't actually ever switch classrooms. I have always been assigned to classroom 1, I believe, never to classroom 2. But maybe that's just random, I don't know. But both like classroom 1 and 2 are right next to each other. And then across from the 2 classrooms, we have a library that is connected to a computer room. So we have a library / study area where you can do some studying for exams. And then there is a computer lab kind of like attached to that, and that is where the computer club will gather, I take it. I am not quite sure actually. But here you can see at first I got started by decorating the little hallways and the bathrooms and stuff. I really took this room by room is what I did. Once I figured out the layout for this thing, I just really took it room by room to like figure out the flooring and the wallpapers and kind of what I wanted it to look like. Basically, I did figure out one of the classroom layouts off camera real quick because I wanted to make sure that I got the right sizing and stuff for the classrooms if everything was going to fit in there all right, and it really did, so I'm really happy with that. But I will actually furnish the other one on camera. But it's going to be the same layout but just mirrored, I believe. And then decorations, like clutter-wise, I really took it down a notch. I wanted the school to look lived in, if that makes sense, like used, I guess, and crowded and cute and cozy in that sense. But I really did not go overboard with clutter because, well, for one, that would just be a little bit overwhelming, I think. And 2, I want this school to work for most of you guys playing. Also, with that being said, it's not only base game and high school. I did use a couple of packs. I really tried to keep an eye on that. I haven't actually checked which exact packs I ended up using. I know for a fact that I used City Living because I placed the basketball courts and also the keyboards, like the little pianos. And I know for a fact that I used Get to Work. So those are the 2 packs that I know I used. I might have used Get Together. Did I just say Get Together? I think I said City Living, right? I don't know. I get confused, but I know I used City Living. I know I used Get to Work, and I'm pretty sure I used Get Together. But then for the rest, I really tried to keep it just base game and high school years, though I'm not sure I succeeded. I might have made a little mistake and like play something from a different pack. I don't know. I'm not quite sure, but I did want to make sure that you would be able to download this thing with just base game and high school years and kind of be ready to go. There won't be basketball courts back in the back though, and that is a little bit sad. But you could always turn that into like an outdoor like gym field area sort of thing. That definitely would work all right as well, I feel like. But I definitely used Get to Work, and the main reason for that is because I could not use the hand sanitizer in the bathrooms. I don't know, the hand sanitizer and the paper towels. I needed to use them. I could not use them. That just kind of grossed me out. So for that reason, I was like, okay, we're gonna use Get to Work. I need this hand sanitizer. And then I just took advantage of that and like placed some cabinets and stuff all around as well, because they really are good furniture pieces for a school. Like for a build like this, they're actually very perfect. So I did use Get to Work for sure. And then, yeah, this school is actually also, when I'm recording this voiceover, not on the gallery yet. So I am not sure if we will be able to check at the end of the video, like after I give you the tour and everything, which packs I ended up using, because I am streaming later today, which is before you are watching this video. This is all getting very confusing, but I kind of want to play test the build on stream, or maybe I'll do it before stream. I don't know. What I'm trying to say is I have yet to play test the thing. So I will do that before I put it on the gallery so that I for sure know that you can actually use all the things that you need to use for your regular like high school day. I don't even know where I was going with this. I'm completely losing my train of thought here. But yeah, here you can see we are working on the library section of the build, and I think it turned out really cute. Oh, I was talking about the decorations and stuff. That's what I was doing. I'm remembering now that I'm seeing myself placing some like decorations and stuff. I did not go overboard with clutter because I want you guys to be able to use this and not have it be very laggy and slow. So that's the reason why I did that. I also really did not go overboard with like wall decorations and stuff, because I really took into consideration that you would probably be playing in this build with the walls in cutaway mode. So I was really paying attention to which walls are visible when you're playing in cutaway mode, which walls won't be visible when you're playing in cutaway mode. So I pretty much left the rooms that would be cut away. I left those bare. I did place a couple posters around here and there on walls that you won't be able to see. But mostly I just kept the decorations on the walls that you will be able to see. Obviously, if you play with the walls all the way down, then you won't see any walls and you won't see any decorations. But for the most part, when you're playing in cutaway mode, there are definitely some wall decorations you will be able to see. And then for that reason, it may look like some walls are kind of empty and they look like they might need something on there. But I really just decided not to do it for the reason I just explained, like, so that you will be able to load and like use this lot a little bit more easier. So that's what I did. I think that that was the right decision to make. And if you want to like add more decorations, more clutter, you can definitely go ahead and do that. I feel like that would be easier than taking away a lot of the things. So that's why I decided to do it that way. But here you can see we're getting started on the hallway on the opposite side of the build. And this is the hallway where we have the principal's office as well as the faculty hangout room. What would you call it? Like the faculty lounge, I guess is what you can call it. And then here we also have the cafeteria. And I love how this one came out. I feel like this, oop, that was my cat's food. You could probably hear that. I'm sorry. I love how this cafeteria turned out. It's not very small, but it's also not very big. I feel like it's the appropriate size for this school. It really, really makes sense. I love the vending machines as well. I was thinking of placing some more like vending machines throughout like the hallways and things, but then I was like, maybe not, because I mean, you're probably not allowed to eat anything in class, and the school faculty or like the janitor is probably trying to prevent you from eating literally through like literally anywhere like in the hallways and stuff, because that is just going to be so messy. So they probably want you to eat in the cafeteria. So that is why I placed some vending machines in the cafeteria and nowhere else. And then obviously we have the cafeteria little unit where lunch will be served. And then we have some tables and chairs. I mixed and matched a couple colors because I thought that would be cute. And then here we have one of those walls where I was like, okay, what am I going to put here? I did place a couple posters there, but not too much else, because like I said, you won't be able to see those walls when you're playing in cutaway mode. And then I also, at first, I really wanted to like place an actual fridge here, as well as like a sink and stuff in the cafeteria. But then I was like, maybe not, because it's going to be very annoying. Like maybe your Sims are going to walk all the way over there all the time to like wash their hands after using the bathroom, or I don't know what Sims get up to, but Sims make weird decisions. So I really wanted to try and keep those weird decisions out of this build, if that makes any sense. Like I didn't want it to be annoying, like with a random sink where your Sims want to walk towards all the time. Like that's just very annoying. But here you can see we have the little principal's office. So when you walk into the principal's office, there is a quite spacious waiting room. The principal's office as well as the faculty lounge were two rooms that turned out a lot bigger than I had originally planned them. But that's because, like I explained, when I was making a draft of this build, I did not have the rounded walls. And now with the rounded walls, a lot of the rooms turned out to be slightly bigger. And that was mostly the case for this side of the build. And I don't know why that happened. I don't know how, because I was literally like counting tiles and stuff. So I don't know why they turned out to be so big. But for the principal's office, I really like it, because that means that we have a large waiting room outside that could be very usable. And then we have like the actual office with a nice desk and a bookcase behind it. And then also a teeny tiny little, well, I want to say a kitchenette, but it doesn't really have anything in it besides a coffee maker, so that the principal can like offer some coffee to the people they're talking to, like parents or something. Probably not to students, but I take it they would be in here talking to like parents and like other faculty members from time to time as well. So I thought a coffee maker would make sense in there. And then next to the principal's office, we have the staff lounge, basically. So there is a full-on kitchenette in here, no stove, but it does have a fridge as well as a microwave, a sink, and a dishwasher, which I thought would come in handy. This lounge is nice, like it's spacious. This is a nice lounge. This school really takes care of their staff members. I feel like it's really nice. So they just have a nice dining table in here, and then also a lounge area with a couch and a coffee table. And then off of the faculty lounge is also a faculty bathroom, which I thought would make sense. I actually at first wanted to turn it into a janitor's closet because I really wanted to add one of those. I ended up not adding one of those, which is also fine because I ended up not really having the proper space for it. And I would rather turn the janitor's closets that I had in mind into bathrooms because that's a lot more usable and makes it more player friendly as well. So that's what I decided to do. But here you can see the staff lounge coming together. I think it turned out really, really cute. And then upstairs, so basically downstairs here is everything that you need for your day-to-day high school gameplay. Then for the second floor is where we have the more, I guess, creative classrooms. So up here we have some more bathrooms, which always comes in handy. Then we have a music room, an arts room, as well as the chess club room, because I felt like the chess room or the chess club deserved their own room with like some chess tables and things. So that is what I decided to do up here. I love the second floor. It's very small compared to the rest of the build, but I really like it. So I'm getting started here with the chess room, the chess club room. It has, I think, 3 chess tables total, and then I just made a little lounge area as well. Cause I mean, I take it that the chess club, you're also just hanging out with friends here. You're playing chess and stuff, but you're also just hanging out with friends. So I really wanted to give them their own little club room, hangout area. So that's what I did. And then I could also check out some of the new furniture that you would maybe not necessarily use in a school, but I felt like I wanted to make these rooms a little bit more homey. So that's what I decided to do. And I used that little love seat. I love that 2-seater couch. It's so cute. I love the swatches on it. I'm going to use that thing like all the time. I'm going to overuse it. And the same goes for that like bean back sort of chair. I really like that one as well. So yeah, for these rooms, I basically gave them all their own little color theme, if that makes sense. You can really tell by the wallpaper. So yeah, this is the little chess club area. And then after that, we're getting started with the music room. So I put a, what's it called? A grand piano in here, which I really, really, really like. So this is not necessarily a room where you would practice band because we don't really have the proper instruments for that. So I decided to just make it a room with a whole bunch of different instruments, but not necessarily like a whole band setup. So we have a grand piano, and then we also have a couple of keyboards. So the students can like practice their songs and their playing and stuff. I obviously placed a couple of guitars in here as well as a violin. And then the grand piano with a couple of microphones and a couple of chairs around it. Because that's really what I'm used to. I was in musical theater school, and that's what we used to do. Like that's the kind of setup that we used to use if we were like, rehearsing like harmonies, like singing harmonies and stuff like that. We would sit around the piano and we would like sing and like learn these harmonies together. So that's really what I could envision for this room as well. And then they also have a little table with some chairs set up because obviously music also involves music theory. Is that how you would pronounce or like how you would word that in English? I don't know, but they need a proper space to like sit down and work on their music theory. Maybe they have tests from time to time. I don't know. Obviously, sadly, this isn't really a thing that comes with high school years. I wish there were more like creative subjects and stuff as well. We obviously have the football club as well as the cheer club. And then we have a chess club and a computer club, which is really fun. I just miss some creative clubs. I feel like that would be so cool. I mean, obviously that has to do with the fact that I'm a theater kid, and I would love a drama club or a music club or band for that matter. I was really, really, really hoping and praying that we would get band with high school years. Sadly, we didn't, which is understandable. but also a little bit disappointing. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, we can always pretend. So I made the little music studio, music room of my dreams. And then right next door to it, we have the arts room where I basically just placed a whole bunch of easels. I placed a couple of easels around that object with the books and like the plant and the bottle from base game. And then I also placed a bunch of easels around a bar stool where I could really imagine someone sitting and then they are maybe working on like portraits or something, is what I could really see. So that's a little setup that I created. And then once again, a couple of tables and chairs for maybe when they're just sketching or drawing or like learning about art history. I don't know. I also put a little sink in here to like, so that the students can like clean their brushes, clean of their art supplies, stuff like that. I thought that that would be really cute. And then we obviously have a little cabinet in here as well with some knickknacks. And I also placed whiteboards in both of those rooms, but I did make sure to not place any of the actual school desks in there so that the staff won't like actually use one of those rooms as a classroom. I don't think they will do that anyway. But I just wanted to really make sure that that won't be like a little annoying mistake. So I feel like that would work. But once again, I have yet to playtest this thing. And then, like I said, we have a theater in here. Like I also already mentioned, I'm a theater kid and I really, really, really wanted to create a little theater for this school. It's completely unusable. It's a complete waste of space. So what I decided to do is I put a couple of chair mats on the stage so that if you're in the cheer club, you can come in here and practice cheer. So that's what I did. So that makes the space a little bit more usable and you would have a reason to come in here at all. But other than that, you really don't. But as a theater kid that I am, I wanted to make a little stage. I just wanted to make a little theater of my dreams. High schools in the Netherlands, where I'm from, we don't have little theaters like this. High schools in the Netherlands are so different from US high schools, which is clearly what this pack is based on. So I just really wanted to go crazy and create the little high school of my high school musical dreams, if that makes sense. So I really just created this little creative little theater space and I think it's so cozy. It's only small, but I feel like it's so cute. So we have this little stage. It would be difficult to actually put a play on this stage because we literally do not have a backstage area or a dressing room. The original draft that I had for this school did have the space for backstage storage as well as a dressing room, but that just took up a lot of space and it was a lot of unusable space. Like it was, yeah, I don't know. It would just take a lot of this like lot and it would load more slowly because the school would have been even bigger, stuff like that. So I decided to just not do the dressing room and the backstage area because those areas would literally be useless. So I decided to just not do that, which obviously makes it difficult to actually use this stage for plays, but that's okay. I still really like how it came out. It's really cute. I placed a grand piano on there as well as a little stereo. And then as you can see, I placed a couple of purple cheer mats on the stage so you can actually come up here and use the stage for something. Other than that, this space is completely useless, but I love how it came together. I just feel like it's so cute. I just feel like it's just the like cutest little theater, and it definitely reminds me of my like theater school days, which is not that long ago, but we always used to like put on performances in smaller theaters like that one. So it's really near and dear to my heart, and as a theater kid that I am, I could not include a theater for this school. So that's what I decided to do. And then on the other side is where we have the gym area. So on your regular day-to-day high school thing, it sometimes says that you like need to like run on the treadmill or something. So I decided to include a little gym here by the basketball court, basically. So we have a couple of treadmills in here as well as some weightlifting machines is what you call them, I guess. And then also some of the kickboxing. I'm losing all my words here. This is a very long voiceover, but I'm sure that you know what I mean. It's just a full-on gym with all of the equipment that you would need to do like a proper workout. And then we have a little locker room in here as well with some closed off showers and bathrooms. I at first wanted to use Discovery University showers, like the open shower situation, but then I was like, I would absolutely hate that. I would hate that in high school. I would hate that today. I would hate that. And I would not use those showers if they were open showers. So I was like, I, for one, don't really want to use another pack. So I'm just gonna do closed off bathrooms because I want to be nice to my teenager Sims. So I did closed off showers and bathrooms. Bathrooms, toilets are always going to be closed off, but showers not necessarily. But for this one, I did it. I wanted to be nice to my Sims and not put them through that. So yeah, that's what I did. And then after that, we are moving on to the outside of the school. And I was so intimidated by this outdoor space. I was like, oh, what am I going to do landscaping wise? What am I going to do pathway wise? So I was really taking it area by area, going through this pretty slowly, figuring out what I thought would look cute. And I think I figured it out all right. I think it turned out really cute. So we have this outdoor area that leads basically into both the theater as well as the gym area. And you can get here through like the locker hallway space, but also there is a door in the cafeteria that leads out here. So you can sit here at one of the picnic tables and have lunch with your friends outside if the weather is nice. I thought that would be a cute little thing to add. And then I also really wanted to make this place nice and green and lush, because the rest of this world is so like very lush and green and beautiful and pretty. So I decided that I wanted to do that for this lot as well. So I made use of heaps and heaps of debug trees and debug plants, stuff like that, to really just fill up the space. And I think it turned out so nice. But let me know, did you buy High School Years or did you not buy it? And are you not planning on buying it either? If you have played it, let me know. What do you think? Do you like it? Are you happy with the pack? Are you disappointed by the pack? That's obviously also a possibility. Let me know all the things. Like, let me know what you think of this pack. I, for one, really love it. This is literally the only and the first build that I have done so far with this pack, so I have a lot to explore yet, building-wise, gameplay-wise as well. I can tell you that I love the cast in this pack. Oh my god, it's so good. I am not a cast person. I'm really not. I'm not great at it, but oh my god, do I love the cast in this pack. It has me want to create Sims all day long, and that's rare. Like, I don't do that. That doesn't happen. So that is saying something, I guess. And I just really love the cast in this pack. I love all the build items as well. It has some really fun debug stuff that I really enjoy. Also some debug stuff that is recycled from other packs. I think I saw some cottage living plants or something, like some cottage living vines, I believe, in the debug catalog. I'm not quite sure, but there's definitely some recycled stuff in there, which is okay. Yeah, it just has really fun debug as well. It also has some really fun debug like flags and banners and stuff that I ended up placing here at the front of the house, or not the house, of the school as well, to like really make it as realistic and fun as possible. And really make it as lively as possible, if that's how you can put it. And then for the rest of the landscaping, I wasn't quite sure what to do. So I did not want to go ham with like bushes and flowers and stuff, because once again, that's a lot to load into when you're using this lot. So I decided to like keep a lot of grass still. And I also last minute decided to add a little greenery area, or like a little gardening area, I guess you could call it, for like maybe a little gardening club or a woodworking club. I added some woodworking benches back there as well. And here I also created some bleachers, which I'm not sure if this is going to be functional at all, but I just thought it would look cute. So I created some bleachers, obviously by the basketball court, because that would only be realistic to have those there. Nothing too big by any means, but I feel like it's really cute. And then here I did also decide to place some school buses. I wasn't planning on that at first, because I was like, I don't want them to park too close to the school, because I want to create a cute little bike parking area, and like I want to place trees and stuff. And then I was like, you know what? I don't really care about the realism of it all. The buses can still get there if you were like looking at the lot. It's a little bit awkward, but the buses could still get there. I just really like the look of them, and they're so American and like high school American movie, like, I don't know, I just really love it. So I needed to place them there, so that's what I did. And I love the debug lanterns, like the outdoor lights that I placed back there next to the school bus parking lots, I guess. They're really cute. So I placed a couple of those. And then you could see me placing the debug flags and banners on the wall. Just very cute. And like there's a lot going on in this school and like in this community in general. I just loved it so much. So here I just added some more benches and stuff outside. There's a lot of like picnic tables and benches, like a lot of outdoor seating for your Sims, which I thought would be really cute. I just really wanted this school to be a fun place for your teens to hang out. And also this is where I decided to create that woodworking gardening area. And I think it's really cute. I just placed a whole heap of planters back there and a couple of woodworking benches. I don't know how functional this is going to be, like how useless this is going to be basically, but I don't know, it might be fun. Like if you have get together, you could always make like a painting club and set one of the activities to painting, if that's the thing. I think so. And then you could have your teenager painting club gather upstairs in the art room. Same goes for music, same goes for gardening. I feel like that's definitely something you could do. Like create clubs, even though they don't come with the high school pack, which is a little bit of a bummer. If you have get together, you could create those clubs yourself. And I feel like that would add a lot to the gameplay as well. So I think I want to try and mess with that, maybe on stream, maybe in my Legacy Let's Play. I don't know, maybe just in my own time. I don't know, but I just think that would add a lot to this gameplay. And like I said, I am very Dutch, so I needed to create a little bike parking area, which is also what I did at the front of the school. And then I just put some plants and I just put the last little knickknacks around. Basically, I played around with some terrain paint, and then that is going to be it. So let's jump into the game and I will show you this massive high school in real time. So here we have the school in the game. There is just a bunch of teenagers here all gathered. Did you just fart? Oh my goodness. The teacher just farted. I don't know why they're all gathered out here. I'm not exactly sure. It might be because I messed around with the time of the day for screenshots for lighting. So I don't know why they're all standing outside, but I guess it's okay. They were using the school before, so that all seems to work. But here we have the facade of the school. I feel like it looks very realistic with the bikes parked and the flags and the banners and stuff. I think it's really cute. And then over here we have the back of the school with the back outdoor picnic area, if you want to call it that, and then the staircase, and then this area leads to the basketball court, which is really cute. And then over here on this side we have the planter area. Someone kicked over my trash can, which is very rude, but I guess that's fine. Are you clapping at my planters? Let's go indoors. So over here we have the front door, and then that one leads you into this main entrance area, I guess, where you can sit down if you need to wait for the bus, or if you need to wait for someone to come pick you up and it's raining, then you can use this area for that. And this is also where we have the bathrooms. So yeah, the bathrooms are a little bit far away from the rest of the usable rooms, which might be a little bit annoying, but that's just what it is for this layout. It's okay. So yeah, the bathrooms are just mirrored. And then through here is where we have the main locker area. I like how I place this half wall in the middle, basically, to just kind of break up the space. I feel like that really makes it feel a little bit more cozy. So I placed a couple of those seats around, as well as some plants and things and some trash cans and a couple of posters, which would be realistic for this area, I think. And then through here, let me just pause this game. Oh, look, the whiteboards are glowing. So I think that is actually a good sign. Anyway, so here we have the hallway that leads into the classrooms. We have both of the classrooms right next to each other. As you can see, they're mirrored because I just wanted it to be as easy on the eyes as possible, I guess. So it's just classrooms with 10 little desks in total. And then we have some bookcases back here. I also placed a little frog in here. I thought that was cute. And then in the other, I placed a little fishbowl. Also, I made sure to scoot these chairs underneath the desk rather than snap them to it. So these computers aren't actually functional, which is nice because otherwise I feel like the teens would come in here and use the computer, which obviously this is supposed to be for the teacher. So that's what I did. And then off here we have a quote unquote faculty bathroom, but I feel like your students will use it as well because it's a little bit closer than the other ones. Then through here we have the library slash study area, I guess. It's just a whole bunch of bookcases and then a couple of tables back here. here, and it has an archway leading into the computer club area. So this has a bunch of computers, which I think is a lot of fun. And then also a little love seat where you can just hang out, I guess, and like do some studying maybe. Then over here on the other side, we have this hallway leading into both the cafeteria as well as the faculty area. So through here, these fancy double doors, we have the principal's office with a waiting room back here, and then the actual office back here. And when I first loaded into the lot, the principal was actually sitting here, and I thought that that was really cute. Yeah, just a little desk and a bookcase behind it, and then a teeny tiny kitchenette back here. And then through here, next to the principal's office, is the staff lounge. It just has a little kitchenette and a table, a couple of bookcases, and a couch, as well as this bathroom. It's a massive bathroom, but that's fine. And then over here, we have the cafeteria. I love how this came out. I love this logo mascot thing on the floor. It's so cute. We have some tables and chairs with some mismatched chairs and things because they probably got mixed around, and some missing chairs as well. We have the cafeteria item back here where lunch is served, and a couple of vending machines, and then some more tables over here. And then we have fancy double doors leading to the outside area back here as well. Then when we go upstairs to the second floor, we have this little hallway. This is more of like a creative space, so this area looks a little bit more playful. I also placed these like music related artworks on the wall from base game. We have a couple of chairs here in the corner, and then another bookcase over here. And then through here, we have the art classroom. I love it here. Don't mind this glitch. This is one of the most annoying glitches that came with the rounded walls, is when you use like rounded platforms and things on the roof. For some reason, I don't know what that is, but it's really annoying. So yeah, we have this sink in the corner, and then just a whole bunch of posters and like sketches and things on the wall. We have this easel set up here, and then we have another easel set up right here, and yeah, just this little area. And then next door to it, we have the music room. I think this is my favorite. I don't know, I love it. It just looks very familiar to me. So we have the grand piano with some chairs around it. We have a couple of keyboards in here, and yeah, just your regular knickknacks, I guess, that you would find in a classroom. And then back here, we have the chess room. This one is also very cozy. It's a bit smaller than the other two rooms, which makes sense, I guess. So they have their little chess tables all the way over here, and then they have a little lounge set up back here, and obviously a lot of bookcases. There is so many bookcases throughout this whole build, but it's a school, so I feel like it makes sense. And then obviously over here, we have the upstairs bathroom. But that is basically it for this build. Okay, so as of right now, the high school is not on the gallery yet, but it will be when you're watching this video, and this is what it looks like on the gallery. I just called it Copperdale High School, and my username is Simmary Sims. I did use a couple packs that I wasn't expecting. Dine Out I knew because I was using those curtains in the theater, so that's what I used for that. Movie hangout stuff, I'm not actually sure what I used that for. It might be a poster. Yeah, okay, so it's one of the posters in the theater, which you can just download it, and if you don't have this pack, then that's fine. Get Famous, I am not sure. Oh, I used those thingies on the roof. Okay, so if you don't have that pack, you're good to go as well. City Living, I knew because I'm using those doors, and the basketball field, of course, and then also the keyboard. Discover University, I thought I didn't use. Oh, of course, I used those bikes. Yes, I knew that. I used the bikes, but I was like, I'm only gonna use the bikes, so you won't miss much if you don't have that pack. So basically, you're good to go as long as you have high school years, obviously, and then City Living for a couple of the main features. Oh, and then maybe also Get to Work, because I did use quite some things from Get to Work. Maybe just some little decoration knickknacks, but still. So if you have high school years, City Living, and Get to Work, you're basically set for this build. So yeah, it's very limited, and I'm quite proud of that. But that is gonna do it for today's video. So I really hope that you enjoyed this build. You can obviously go ahead and download it off the gallery like I just showed you. My username on the gallery is Simmary Sims. You can also follow me on Twitter and on Instagram if you'd like. My username on there is Simmary Sims as well. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, feel free to do so. And if you want to be notified of every single time I upload a video, just click that little bell icon and you should be fine. I also live stream on Twitch a few times a week. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and give me a follow over on twitch.tv/SimmarySims. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!